Welcome to video 2 of getting started playing lead guitar. In the last lesson we covered the scale that we're using for our example solo. In this video we're going to do some scale sequencing, which are incredibly useful for adding to your solos to do things like runs and also for making up melody lines. Some people tell me that they find practicing scales not very fun, so I'd be interested to know if you've got any tips or tricks to make practicing scales a little bit more enjoyable. So please leave a comment below. So a scale sequence is where you take a scale or an arpeggio or anything like that and you change the pattern or the order in which you play it. This can add a lot of rhythmic and melodic interest. A lot of players use these kind of things for doing scale runs. I like to use them for scale runs, but I also like to use them for making up melodies with as well. So we're going to do 3 different scale sequences. Scale sequences can be challenging at first because you've just learnt the scale shape and you've been practicing that up and down. Now we're taking the scale shape but we're changing the pattern that you're playing it in. So it can take a little bit just to get used to, but it's very beneficial and can be really quite fun when you get into the idea of just repeating these kind of ideas. So we're going to do 3 different scale sequences. So let's get started with sequence number 1. So we basically just start by playing the first 4 notes of the scale. So we're going 15th fret E string, A string 12th fret, A string 14th fret, and then the D string at the 12th fret. Now we're going to go back up to the 14th fret on the A string and play 4 notes down the scale from here. So 14th fret A, 12th fret D, 14th fret D, and then the 12th fret on the G. Now we go back up again, this time to the D string, 14th fret, and we play 4 notes down the scale from here. So 14th fret on the D string, 12th fret on the G, 14th fret G, 12th fret on the B. And then we go back up again, so now we're on the 14th fret on the G string, we do 4 notes down the scale from here. So 14th fret G, 12th fret B, 15th fret B, and then 12th fret on the high E. Now we finish that by playing the 15th fret on the high E, and then we go back to 12, 15 on B, 12 on B, and then 14 on G. Now we go back to B and we play 12, G string 14, 12, and then D string 14. Now we go back to G string 12, D string 14, 12, and then 14 on the A string. Then we go back again, so the 12th fret on the D string, 14, 12 A, and finish on the 15th fret on the low E string. So now when we get that together, it should sound a bit like this. Now we're going to practice that sequence with the track from our resource pack. So now on to sequence number 2. So we start with the G note, which is the 15th fret on the low E string. We go 12, 14 on the A string, then back to 12 on the A string, and then down a string to the 12th fret on the D string, and then back to the 12th fret on the A string. Now we go from the 14th fret on the A string, down to the 12th fret to 14th fret D string, back to 12th fret on the D string, down a string, so it's the G string 12th fret, and then D string 12th fret again. Then it's 14th fret on the D string, G string 12, 14, back to 12th fret, then down a string, so 12th fret B string, and then 12th fret G string. Then we go to the 14th fret on the G string, 12th fret on the B string, 15th fret on the B string, 12th fret again on the B string, then down to the 12th fret on the high E string, and then the 12th fret on the B string, 15th fret on the B string, 12th fret on the high E string, 15th fret high E string, back to 12th fret high E string, then 15th fret B string, and 12th fret B string. Then we go back down to the E string, 12th fret, then the B string, 12th fret, 15, 12 B string, 14th fret on the G string, and 12th fret on the G string. Then it's 12th fret on the B string again, followed by the 12th fret on the G string again. Then 14, 12 on the G string, 14, 12 on the D string, 12 on the G string, and 12 on the D string. 14, 12 again on the D string, 14, 12 on the A string, then down again, so D string 12th fret, then A string 12th fret, 14, 12 on the A string, and then 15th fret on the low E string. Now I know there's a lot of notes there, so don't hesitate to keep rewinding this section, and if you have got the resource pack, just follow it on the paper, it's much easier. Now I'm just going to play that all together so you can hear how it sounds. Now on to sequence number 3. So we start in our usual place, the 15th fret on the low E string. So we're going 15th fret on the low E string, A string 12, 14. And we play the 14th fret twice. And we'll go back to the 12th fret on the A string, 14th fret A string, and then 12th fret D string, play this one twice. Go back to the 14th fret A string, 12, 14 on the D string, and play the 14th fret twice. Then we go back again, so it's the D string at the 12th fret, 14th fret, and then twice on the G string on the 12th fret. 14th fret on the D string, 12th fret to the 14th fret on the G string, and play the 14th fret twice. Back again, so the 12th fret on the G string, 14th fret G string, twice on the B string at the 12th fret, then up to the 14th fret on the G string, 12, 15 on the B string, 15 twice, then it's 12th fret on the B string, 15th fret on the B string, 12th fret on the high E string twice, then 15th fret on the B string, 12, 15 on the high E string, and play the 15th fret twice. Now we just repeat that going back up now, so we start in the same place, so we're playing the 15th fret twice again. So when you get that all together, you will actually be playing that 15th fret 4 times, which can feel a little weird at first, but when we're just playing it all the way up and all the way back, it does make sense. So coming back, we start with the 15th fret twice on the high E string, 12 on the high E string, and then 15 on the B string. Then it's twice on the 12th fret on the high E string, then it's 15 to 12 on the B string, and we then play 15 twice on the B string, 12 on the B string, 14 G string, and we go back to the B string at the 12th fret, play that one twice, then it's 14, 12 on the G string, 14th fret twice on the G string, 12th fret on the G string, and then 14th fret on the D string. Back to the G string, 12th fret twice, 14, 12 on the D string, 14th fret twice on the D string, 12 on the D string, 14th fret on the A string, back down to D string again, 12th fret twice, 14, 12 A string, 14th fret twice on the A string, 12th fret on the A string, and then the 15th fret on the low E string. I'll just play that up and down so you can hear it all together. As I mentioned before, with all these sequences, make sure that you're getting each of the notes to sound out clearly and that you're playing them in time at a steady pace but really locked into the beat. And make sure that you get the notes very even. So if you're playing with the resource pack or with a metronome or even over a backing track, make sure that you are locked into the count of whatever you're playing with. So thanks very much for watching video 2 of getting started playing the guitar. Join us for video 3 where we'll start looking at some techniques that can really bring some life into your guitar solos and your playing. And we'll be breaking down our example solo so you can learn it note for note, or if you'd prefer just to take some ideas from it. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel so you can keep up to date with all the videos as I upload them, and we'll see you next time.